And I am so grateful to God Almighty. I'm so blessed that I really find myself that the luck which I have got is enormous. 40 years, a span of time, it's easy to visualize, but difficult to really traverse through. But today, I find how smooth it was. And today it appears as if I was in PMA Kabul in 1973. It was yesterday. And then the journey started within the country, from deserts to mountains to all other places, and then also to various countries of the world while I was working in United Nations. So all that journey are coming back to me. All those places where I have worked and all those people with whom I have worked, it's coming to my mind as the flashback. And flashback, what we call Mazi ki mehfile, right? And Mazi ki baatein. And because of which the poet has said कि माजी की महफिलों को सजा के शऊर में देते हैं जिंदगी को सहारा कभी कभी. Your glorious past, your good deeds, what you do today, it becomes your past, and it becomes an immense source of satisfaction to your mind and heart. आपकी रूह को तकवीर पहुंचती है. And it is an investment in your own soul. Imagine what could be better to have an investment into your own soul. You do your all religious rituals, you do your all other things, but unless you are making some investment in your own soul by a variety of methods, there is a spectrum of ways of doing it. I think it would not be possible to have the highest level of satisfaction. And I find myself again such a blessed person that by far I find that I have the highest level of satisfaction of my life. And it's only and only because, knowingly or unknowingly, perhaps by nature, I've been making some investment in my soul. And there were a variety of ways. And those investments, particularly, I've been into so many departments and so many sectors of life, starting from the armed forces, where I had a very rich life. I have some of my colleagues from the armed forces here. Very thrilling life I had. From parachuting to scuba diving to going into the military exercises to going into some other exercises, speaking at various forums in front of journals and all, being an instructor, going on a secondment, all those fulfillments I had. In civil services, those of you who belong to those places where I've worked, like Islamabad, Gujranwala, Peshawar, Bada, Manzai for a while, Karachi so many times, Hyderabad, Thatta, and so many other places. So perhaps if you would be able to have a chance to talk to those people, you'll find that one thing was very cardinal in my mind. And that thing was that I should be able to serve the people. In police, I've been hearing from so many corners, and as we all know, that they don't earn the goodwill of the people around. Rather, they are talked bad about. And I had my conviction that in a lot where people do not, because of their deed, they don't get that respect and they don't get that satisfaction. And a few persons, they try and start doing it. A, that they are recognized. B, that their own investment in their heart and soul, it starts. At that time, I didn't have that much of realization. But as the journey of life went on, I realized that some of the things which I had never planned, it started coming on my way. And then I started pondering it out as to what is the reason, I haven't asked anyone to, give me this benefit or give me this kind of a stature or post me to such and such places. But then I would look back and I will try and do the catharsis of myself. The only answer which I would come, which would strike my mind would be the prayers of the people. And prayers, it comes from their heart. I know there were places where I would deal with thousands of people, as some of the colleagues they do here, particularly in the council section. And at that time, one thing that I had, and people still remember it very well, that at least for 2 hours, I will open the doors of my office and I will ask all my runners and everyone not to be seen in front of my office. Because anyone, and then during that process, I would see people without shoes, people, not even proper torn clothes. They would be coming, they would be just letting me know about their problems, and I would try and resolve their problems. At that time, I was doing as my duty, and the way I would really feel happy at that time. But once I look back, these are the rewards God has given me. And that's why Allama Iqbal has said, कि दर्दे दिल के वास्ते पैदा किया इंसान को, वरना ताब के लिए कुछ कम न थे करोगे. Anyways, I think if you listen to the people who have spent that much of life in particular category or in various categories like Jabbar, myself and Fareed, right? So or others who are following, probably will have many such stories to tell and many such incidents to tell. I would need your prayers that I should reduce these things in writing. I started writing my book here, but as you heard that it was a bit challenging because day-to-day work was so much, I could only write about 4 chapters. I would need your prayers that I should be able to complete that. Those pages would probably carry some of these points which I'm just mentioning now and many more. Regarding the embassies and the ambassador, you all are ambassadors. As a matter of fact, I've said it not once but many a times. Your each action and deed. Why? Well, once I was in Libya and I sent a very humble message to SN Ali Shah, the DHM, that look, I don't need anything. I've heard that people don't follow the dress code. I was not working, in a Hollywood that I would like people that to be well dressed. I wanted that dress code should be followed so that once the community comes here, they feel confidence in Pakistan. They feel confidence in you. And once they would feel confidence in the mission and people working in the mission, they would have confidence in the country. And that's what is needed as well. And those foreigners who come here on this counter, if they see everyone organized, well-dressed, well-spoken, that's where you build your image. And ambassador, as your one of the senior colleagues, he has more responsibilities on his shoulder because he has more interaction with the people, with the media, with the television, with the radio, with the royal family. And in that case, if the ambassador does not dress up properly, and if he doesn't go prepared with some points in his pocket, then you are not representing your country properly. And if you are not representing your country, then accumulatively, obviously you don't build the image. And if you don't build the image, you are not taken seriously as a nation. So from that angle, I tried that my people, my countrymen should have pride in the representation which we are making here. And I, being your senior colleague, I wanted that I should not fail in my representation of the country and my representation, what I was making on your behalf. I wanted not to fail in that. And by far, I put in my best effort, and people are the judge how it went on. I find myself quite privileged to have a very good access to the Foreign Office. I think the visits which I have made in Foreign Office, no other ambassador has made so many visits to the Foreign Office at this point in time and during my about 31 months span of time. It would not have been possible. As a matter of fact, I single-handedly could not have done it. It was the entire team. I remember all of you, whether it was 2 in the morning or 1 in the morning, and I heard it saying it's true. At times I'll send him something through the email around 1 in the morning or 2 in the morning, and I would be surprised sometime that I get that response back, And that is what your Pakistan is. During the weekends, 10 in the evening, early morning, I would just pick up the telephone, call Aisha, and she would start, just working on it, and phone calls and all other things, coordination. I would just be going on a program of a speech, and suddenly I will, from my car, I'll call one of the colleagues here, can you please research that and send it back to me? Right? And I would get, by the time I'll be reaching Dubai, I'll get those points, and I would have enough material to talk, enough material to say something which would make sense. And because of which, obviously, only thing which I had in my mind always, that I should not be behind any other envoy of any other country in this country. I tried my best. That was the main factor in my mind, which used to propel my energies, which used to propel my emotions to really do something, and should not be seen as a duffer ambassador among the lot of other envoys. So you all contributed it, and I am very thankful to each one of you, and in particular those staff whom I would just call during the night and during the day, and during the evening, during the weekends, and they would respond so quickly. Without their support, I wouldn't have really created an image which I tried to create for all of you. Discrimination, whether the discrimination of male or female, discrimination of caste, creed, and religion. It is against the religion, it is against the human rights, it's against the norms of the service. So I tried that it should never happen. My grooming up in the United Nations, where these are the bylaws of United Nations, and we were synthesized, we were made conscious of it, that it should not happen. Throughout the world, there is a policy of the government of Pakistan. Even in United Nations, the UN base means New York base, what they would call is local staff and the UN staff. There was a marked difference between the privileges and perks and the salary. But I believe the privileges and perks and the salaries are not as important, because those are the structure which is beyond you. The more important thing is, as a colleague, respect and regard, which I think we all owe it to each other as a human being. You might have noticed all our local based staff, what we call, the kind of immense results which they have given to you in building your image and building the image of the embassy and then building the image of the country. Right? So I'm very indebted. I'm very indebted to all of you, and as I mentioned, that the local based staff, despite the fact that the structure of the whole mechanism is such that there are some differences in the salaries and in other stuff, there is whole logic behind it. I've been debating it in United Nations, I've been debating it otherwise also, but there's a whole structural thing. It's happening in all other embassies also. The structure, the salary, but respect-wise, in United Nations, in other places, as well as I would advise all of us that we have to have that regard to the human beings, fellow human beings. That's always very important. At the same time, I would be very, inshallah, very happy to keep pursuing some of your causes. My goodwill or my friendships, not only because that I was working for the Foreign Ministry, because of my civil service career, I have my juniors, I have my seniors who are still working in Foreign Service and all other services of Pakistan. So that way, I could still be your advocate, and I could still raise the voice of Pak-based staff or the local-based staff. That's not a problem for me. And in fact, I'll be more vocal now as compared to what I was. I was under the constraints of the diplomatic norms here, but now those constraints would not be there, and I would be able to persuade even harder, as Dawood has seen and as Aisha has been connecting me with the secretaries, and 2 phone calls and 2 letters, and 3rd letter would go to Prime Minister. So that's what we've been doing, and that's how we've been getting a decision. So rest assured, even if I am gone and whatever place I'm gone in Pakistan, you will see that I'll be your advocate, and I will not hesitate for a minute to do that. Towards the end, again, it's one thing, image of the country. The entire philosophy revolves around it. You build the image of the country, and that can only be possible if you build your own image. If you build the image of the premises where you are working, only then you would be able to build the image of the country. And that is the secret of the success. Your success lies in your individual contribution, which becomes a collective effort in any country of the world. That's how people make the progress. But towards the end, I would say that what we do, we should be more conscious and careful about it. What others do, if we ignore that and do our own accountability and catharsis, we'll know how we can improve our country. And that's why it is said, कि ऐ मेरे हम नफ्स हो, हम कलम हो, नगमा करो, कितने मौजू सरे राह सदा देते हैं, और फैकरे ज़ात से बाहर तो निकल कर देखो, कितने ज़र्रे हैं जो सूरज का पता देते हैं.